Did I get it? I think I actually got it to work. That's actually kind of impressive. I'm really impressed with myself right now. Give me 1 second. I am going to send it in the group chat. Get you boys out here. Because it's working now. We really out here. We gonna wait and see if anybody comes. If nobody comes, then I might stop. But we should see. It is just us, all by our lonesome. Look at, oh, we got 4 now. We are freaking rolling with live streamers who are just asking great questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going with the questions that I was already answering. I think that's what we're going to do. It's my executive decision because my assistant's not here. So I don't have anybody to talk to about it. Kind of just got put on by an island by myself, but it's all good. We're going to figure it out. So, did God create the chicken or the egg first? Kind of what I was saying before is, so the egg comes from the chicken, but the chicken has to lay the egg. Therefore, an egg can't be laid unless there's a chicken, and a chicken can't be there unless it's an egg. That's some food for thought. You can pray about it. You can let me know. Did Adam have a belly button? That is also a good question because you got this is like the same thing with the egg thing. This is the same thing. So what it is did the chicken come or did the egg come first? So of course you got to go, oh, well, what came first? Same thing. Adam was created, but we only have our belly buttons because we were grown inside our mother's womb. And the umbilical cord is there. The belly button's there because that's where the umbilical cord was. So when you think about it, did Adam come from a woman or was he just formed? He was just formed. That was not a trick question. He was just formed. So what I'm saying is no belly button. Didn't have a belly button. But his sons had a belly button. Therefore, Adam was weird. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Susan, happy birthday. I got you. I didn't really get you anything, but I have here. You know what? I had a Sour Patch in your honor. Kind of like cake. Sugar. Ready? Happy birthday, Susan. You're the best. Make great decisions and continue asking great theological questions that will make you think and grow your relationship with Jesus. Good job. I can sing to you again if you really want me to. My voice, I've got the pipes of an angel over here. I don't know what you're even talking about. Happy birthday, Susan. Sing to her? Oh, abso-freaking-lutely. Ready? I gotta get some water. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, Susan. And now, on to the next question. Were mosquitoes a part of the original's design? You got it. This is one that I actually kind of am curious about because are mosquitoes good? Do you consider sucking blood good? Do you consider vampire bugs to be a blessing or a curse? It's the same thing with bees. Do you consider, not bees, because they actually do good stuff for the environment, but wasps. Do you consider wasps to be good or rebellious beings that continue to sting you no matter what because they're just always mad all the time? I'm going to say mosquitoes were not a part of the original design, but were a part of the fall. You are going to have to take that one to my agent if you disagree with me. ddavidson@harriscreek.org. ddavidson@harriscreek.org. I don't have anything to like put right here, but I'll even type it out for you. Here we go. Boom. There's my agent. Just contact him if there are any problems or anything like that. Did Jesus ever get sick? Again, this is something that's like, so Jesus was perfect. You can't spam him. His email was already on the website. Don't spam my agent. He's already very busy. dealing with me because I'm a handful. Let's be real here. Did Jesus ever get sick? So if Jesus was perfect, could he have gotten sick? Like, could he have gotten sick if he was perfect? But he was also human. So he was God, but he was human, but he was also perfect. This is the theological debate of the century. Did Jesus ever get sick? If he did get sick, would it have prohibited his ministry? If I froze again. Oh, I didn't freeze. I thought I froze. I thought I froze. Boom. Thank you. I love you. So I'm going to say if Jesus ever got sick, that he healed himself. That's what I'm going to say. If Jesus ever got sick, he 100% healed himself. Or he didn't to show others his humanity, show that he was still human. But I will say, if Jesus ever got deathly sick, he probably healed himself. Did Jesus ever cry as a baby or get hurt? Coming out with a freaking banger of a question. Did Jesus ever cry as a baby? He was perfect. So therefore, I don't think he would want his brother or sister to stumble. I don't think he would want anybody to stumble. Jesus doesn't want anybody to stumble. So I think if he were to cry as a baby, that would cause them to stumble. Therefore, I'm going to say that Jesus didn't cry because that would have caused his parents to stumble. And the cross is a stumbling block, but Jesus is not going to make anyone stumble because he's telling us to not make anybody stumble. So I'm going to say Jesus did not cry as a baby. And if he got hurt, I'm going to say he healed himself on that one too. These are just, you can take these as opinions or facts, whatever you want to take them as. Was he allergic to anything? See, this with this question, it parallels with the sickness question. If he was allergic to something, wouldn't he just heal himself to not be allergic to something? Or if he healed himself, that would not only show them as, if he healed himself, then he would show himself as God, but if he didn't heal himself, that would show him as human. The other question is, were allergies even a thing back then? Because you got to think about it. There's kind of a new thing that we've come up with. Oh, I'm allergic to gluten. I'm allergic to this and that. Like it's a new thing that we've come up with. So I'm going to say if he was allergic to something, he probably didn't know that he was allergic to something. Because allergies are something that just from what I've heard, this is off the dome piece, so this is probably wrong, but all my other things that I've said today are right. But this one's probably wrong. That you are allergic to something because your body thinks that you're sick. So whenever it's around that thing or that thing comes near you, it makes you think that you're sick. So that's the reaction that you get. I could be totally wrong on that, but I'm going to say that Jesus wasn't allergic to anything. Wouldn't that parallel to being tempted in the desert, the healing himself? Good point. That's a you might have cornered me on that one. That's a really good point, Egan. See, he could have. So then that brings up the other question. Would he heal himself if he got sick? I'm going to probably say no then. I'll backtrack. I was wrong. I'll be the first to say it. I'm humble. I'll be the first to say it. I was wrong. So I'm going to say he didn't heal himself, but didn't get sick. That's my backtrack and my retract that we're going to go with. Good catch, though. Thank you for calling me out. I probably need to get called out. Is Santa God's really rich brother? Is Santa God's really rich brother? That brings up the other question. Is Santa rich? Or is Santa just very, very well off? Because there's a difference between being well off and rich, if you really think about it. I'm going to say that is Santa God's really rich brother? Well, Jesus had 12 disciples. He was God. Now, they weren't his minions, but are the elves minions? That's not like the Gru, the Despicable Me minions, but like, they're not like his slaves either, but he's not teaching them anything. So I don't know if they're his disciples. So Santa, I'm going to say Santa is God's really rich brother. Here's my reasoning. Stick with me. God gives spiritual gifts. Yes, the Holy Spirit gives us spiritual gifts. Those are from God. Santa gives us real gifts. I see no difference. I literally see no difference. Gifts given by the beings. I'm going to say that Santa is 100% God's brother. He's really rich. And here's the thing, too, he flies through the night on a sled. That is amazing. That's amazing. Jesus did never fly on a sled. Santa is God's really rich brother. That's 100% factual. I Santa is God's really rich brother. That's 100% factual. If I froze again, this is going to be super unfortunate. We're back. We're back. Here's the deal. I just like to take pauses in between when I'm talking. That way I don't get too far ahead of myself. So you think that it's my Wi-Fi that's not working, but what's actually happening is I'm just taking a quick break to like take a drink of water because I just need to take a quick break to like regather my thoughts and things like that. So if God is real and if Santa is God's really rich brother, therefore the gifts that Santa gives are real, therefore spiritual gifts are real. You follow what I'm tracking? We're using a lot of transitive property today. Lots of transitive property today. I was in ideas in math. That was my math course for Baylor. So, I mean, yeah. So Santa celebrates his brother's birthday by giving presents to children of the world. You're tracking with me. You're tracking with me. I absolutely. By Santa celebrating his brother. That is a great brother right there. We all need to celebrate our brothers like that. Whenever it's our sibling's birthday, we just go and spread presents around the world. That is what we need to do. If it's not presents, it's our service and our time, because our time is a gift. #truth. So the loading sign, it is. I just like to take dramatic pauses. That's really a part of this whole thing is I have to pause myself sometimes, take a deep breath, pray. It's awesome. What about sisters? Well, yeah, we're not sexist here. So, brothers and sisters, I don't discriminate like that. There are no male or female within Christ Jesus, according to Paul. Take that one to the grave. What do you mean, Santa? Santa's not real? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why would you say something like that? That's not how this works. You don't come and just drop something like that. It's like untruth on me. You really shook my world for a second there, Egan. Come on. Don't do that to me. All right. Now on to bigger and better things. Why are all the paintings and pictures of Jesus as a white person? Well, that one makes you think. He's Middle Eastern. He is Middle Eastern, but we as Americans love to imagine Jesus as white. White Jesus is the big phenomenon within American Christianity. It is actually a problem that I think, because Jesus was not white. So I think we need to stop portraying Jesus as white, because Jesus was not white. He was Middle Eastern. White Jesus is not a thing. That one I will actually burst your bubble on. Jesus was not white. He was Middle Eastern. And that just brings up like other things and all that kind of stuff that I'm not going to get into. But yeah. I just love my dramatic pauses. What can I say? Really adds a lot of suspense. You were on the edge of your seat for that question. Was the garden all kosher? So this brings up a whole nother slew of questions. So all of these questions bring up backup questions. So if the garden was all kosher, then does that mean Adam and Eve were Jewish? Because God's chosen people were the Jewish people, and everybody came from Adam and Eve. So Jews and Gentiles both came from Adam and Eve. So was it kosher? Did they eat meat in the garden, or was it only fruits and vegetables? Or did they eat other stuff that we couldn't even imagine? Because if Garden of Eden was perfect, there was no sin in the world yet. So if there was no sin in the world yet, they might have been eating food that we might not even recognize. Like we might get up to heaven and have like an apple mixed with a polar bear, and it could taste like candy. I don't know. This one I'm gonna throw my hands up on this one. I don't know. Well, except the snake. Yeah, caught me on that one. But I'm gonna actually say I don't know for this question. I don't know if the garden was all kosher. I'm gonna say if I had to take a wild guess, this is the first time I'm taking a wild guess. Everything else I've said has been completely factual and true. But was the garden all kosher? I'm gonna say no. No. Nope. And that's all the questions that I've got, unless you've got any more fine and dandy questions to ask me. If not, I'm going to take an extra long dramatic pause all the way until next Wednesday when I go ahead and do this again. Because, I mean, this is going to happen again. This is just the best 20, 30 minutes of your life on Wednesdays. I couldn't imagine you being anywhere else, all 10 of you. There's so many of us right now, and it's just it's a nice little community that we've got here. This Fireside community. Everyone in here right now, put in your Instagram bio, you are the Fireside homies. You're the Fireside homies. Everyone in here is a Fireside homie. Everyone who's watching this, Fireside homie. Fireside homies for life. Hashtag. We didn't eat meat in the garden though. I mean, if we didn't eat meat in the garden, then we're probably not going to eat meat later on. Caught me there. Did Jesus eat meat? Only if the hoof wasn't dirty. When it talks about in Leviticus 14 with the hooves, it's the special part about the hooves. So if the hooves are okay, then he would eat the meat. But if the hooves weren't okay, he wouldn't touch the meat. Only if you do it, Noah. I will absolutely put that in my Instagram bio. What do you mean? That's not even a question. What does kosher mean? It means it's okay. When you hear people say like, "Oh, it's kosher, baby," it's them saying it's okay. It's perfect. It's okay. Kosher. Okay. All right, Mason, you can have it. Yeah, the split hooves and the cud and all that. You knew what I meant. That's the point. You know what I meant. Here's the thing. This is like a theological target. My goal is to get as close to the center as possible, right here. But I'm probably not gonna hit a bullseye every time, so that's why there's grace. We hit the homie with grace over here. So that's all the questions I've got. I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna sign off. I've actually got some homework to do over world religions, and not our Jesus, but like other. I've got a quiz I got to take over other stuff. So I'm gonna peace out. Go do your homework. Happy birthday, Susan. Thank you for all the Fireside homies joining in. I love you guys. I will see you next week. And stay hot.